about them, and I don't know why you want to crush my dream.
Off on another adventure. I'm finally leaving Reno. Sometimes you just gotta grind it out and get it done. I woke up in New Orleans this morning at 5 a.m., which is 3 a.m. Pacific time, and got on a plane at about 7:15 and ended up in Los Angeles for my layover. Had a pretty short layover. Ended in Reno, got off the plane and out to the Uber rideshare area at probably about 12:55 or so, 12:45 I guess. And then I had to Uber home, and I had a conference call at 1:30, so I got a whole bunch of stuff ready for this weekend, which we'll talk about shortly. And then did the conference call from about 1:30 to 3:25. I was hoping to be done a little bit early, but I wasn't. So I had to haul out of the house over to this place where I do consultations. I set up the meeting for them. It's about 5 minutes away. It's a little coffee shop called Coffee Bar here in Reno. And I went over to Coffee Bar, talked to a guy about starting a podcast. It's a free consultation I do because it's designed to bring in clients, so we'll see. Rachel is in San Jose. I'm on my way there now. And now I'm finally leaving Reno. I'm just passing exit 3 here, and I'm almost out of Nevada. And we're off on a weekend boat adventure. Gonna spend the night in San Jose tonight, and then do some work on the boat tomorrow, and be on it for tomorrow and Sunday, and then back to the grind. So, take a look at the mountains.
I know.
Here, go sit next to it.
It's my face.
It's not about showing all the yarn right now.
This is show and tell.
Okay, it's show and tell. Show
All
what
right,
you've got right now.
we can do actual show and tell when I get home, I guess. Well, I bought this one yesterday, and then I had it wound there because I needed it.
Well, first, where are we and what are we doing?
Oh, right. So we're at Stitches West 2020. It's a knitting event where all kinds of people who make beautiful things, beautiful yarn and beautiful bags like this one and stuff like that, they come and they sell their wares, and knitters like us come in and we buy all of the things because you can't buy these things in like a regular shop a lot of the time, so we come here and we buy them, and it's great. Oh, and you can take classes and stuff too, but like really we're here for the shopping class, you know, side one thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're doing.
So what'd you buy?
This one is from Honey Girl Farms, who is just a lovely, delightful person. She makes beautiful yarn, and I am a huge Outlander fan, and this color, I believe she called it Lollybrock after the Outlander homestead. Yes, Lollybrock. And I have a design coming out in a couple weeks, and I needed to do a DK weight version of it, and this yarn just spoke to me, so it came home with me and it got wound, and I am already knitting with it. My very favorite thing to do at these events is to buy something and then actually cast on with it immediately, because you're so inspired when you're at the event, and sometimes you can lose that inspiration when you get home, but when you like wind it and cast on immediately, it just like keeps that like love and inspiration going. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting with, and I bought more stuff, and maybe we can do another follow-up video where I show all the other things I bought.
Maybe not.
Because right now my eyeballs are actually melting out of my face. So.
Okay.
So that's that.
I think I want to point out too, because this is a, you know, series about us becoming independent, and hopefully at some point during these videos we end up on the road in some fashion, or on the road a lot anyway. Maybe not permanently, but I think it was an important conference for you, because by Friday, really kind of Saturday, but technically Friday, that was your last day working with a company that was here.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday and today were spent partly with that company, but then partly cultivating your new business relationships and getting free yarn to make patterns with, so they can sell these kits that have their yarn and her pattern. That's pretty cool, because it's the kind of thing you want to go to. And at this conference, you are able to make that transition from, you know, focusing on the booth for the company and then focusing on yourself, rather than spending the whole time at the booth with the company and not having any time to do the stuff you need to do, and then having to wait for another conference to make some of those relationships.
It's just like, you can email people all you want, but making in-person, face-to-face connections, there's really nothing like that.
Well, and the cool thing about this relationship, because I do that all the time at conferences or different things I go to, entrepreneurial events, and we meet people, and the follow-through is almost always not there unless at least one of the halves of that party
really
like does
it.
something.
Yeah.
But with this, like, you're getting yarn, and now you're committed.
Yeah.
You know, there doesn't have to be follow through, because you can just set it up and do it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's it.
Let's go get some coffee.
Yeah, let's do that.
Today is the best day of my life, and I'll sing it out 1,000 times today.
You know, and I love this one too. That like wax canvas. I've been eyeballing these for a long time. But then like, I love this one so much. Maybe I should just go buy another one of these if I'm gonna buy it back, you know?
Wait, you need more than one.
Like bags. Why don't crush my dreams?
And I'll sing it out 1,000 times today. Is the best day of my life, and I can't afford to miss this time. Today is gonna be the best day.
I have a question. If I wanted to do a 2-color project, kind of alternating between 2 colorways, and letting them fade through together, do you have any recommendations on ones that look really good together?
Yeah, like what do you like? Do you like warm tones, cool tones?
I'm typically more of a cool tones person.
Is there any color that you hate?
Nah, I like them all. Colors are great.
So, let's see, what are some of my faves? Nostalgia and Melancholia are always a really classic blend.
And I can't afford to miss this time. I can't imagine another day as good as this. It feels like bliss. I can't imagine another day without you. It just won't do. Like the sun against the water, an image only we can see. Summer's edge is autumn, calling me beneath the tree. I met you in a daydream, whisper only I could hear.
Just dropped Rachel off. I'm going to head up to Pittsburgh, California, where we've got the boat. But on the way, I'm gonna stop at Best Buy because this new GoPro, I got the package that has 2 batteries, a GoPro battery and like an off-brand battery. But the only way you can charge a GoPro battery, and I didn't know this, is by plugging in to the GoPro. Like, the battery itself doesn't have, well, the GoPro didn't come with a battery charger, like a thing you can plug the battery into. And it also would be nice if you could maybe just plug something into the battery, but that doesn't work either. So I'm gonna head off to Best Buy and I'm gonna buy, I know there's a dual battery charger. I'm hoping they have one here because I'd like it now. Otherwise I'll just have to order it on Amazon. We got a lot of travel coming up, so I just don't want to rely on that. But so I'm gonna buy that. So I would say a lot of the time Best Buy knows what they're talking about. I know that's not always true, but I went in to buy this dual battery charger plus battery, right? And the cool thing is it comes with an extra battery. It's $49.95. But I was like, So this probably just plugs in with the regular USB cable that comes with the thing, or whatever you have, USB-C. And he's like, I think it plugs into the wall. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And he's like, yeah, but I think that's what it does. I'm like, okay, sure, it plugs into the wall. I guess I'll figure that out. And of course it doesn't, because that would be stupid. It comes with a USB-C cable. So thanks for that, Best Buy. Don't know what you're talking about. Now I'm gonna see if these charge together or if they charge in series, which means one after the other, probably one after the other. I also picked up, since I'm going to the boat right now, this little floaty to wrap around the Hero 8, which will be cool. So when I drop it in the water, I can go back and get it. And a nice Pelican case. I gotta cut it all up. It doesn't have pick and pull, which is usually the little squares you can just pull out and make a shape. So you gotta cut it, which is kind of annoying, but you know, we'll figure it out. So, all right, off to the boat. Show you something that's the bane of my existence, and that is this bimini top. The reason is these things are, I don't know, they're old, they're brittle. I've replaced some of them. I need to just replace all of them, but the last time we were out, we were in some pretty rough water and this one shook apart a little bit. But while I have spares and new ones, I thought I would just see if this will go back together. So I'm gonna try to do this right here. All right. One of the reasons they've been tough to deal with is I have no idea what size Allen wrench that is. I've got a metric set because I used to work on aircraft, but it's not that. So usually when I do something, I come in and I tighten everything else around it. See, that one's a different size. That one's a different size than this one. All right, well, have to keep on hunting for it. All right. Now I'm gonna set up to check the fluids. One of the projects I'm going to do when I pull this back out of the water is clean all this up. These sideboards here, which are fiberglass, I'm going to pull those out and rebuild them and put them back in because they're not even attached to the bulkheads anymore. They kind of are, but not really. Just kind of laying there. There's screws that are, probably can't see them, but there's screws that makes it so they can't come into the engine, but still. I love to take this thing off because it's just extra. This thing right here, it's called the Sound Advantage. All it does is take the exhaust and move it from going out of the water to above the water. It makes your boat a lot louder. We call it a douche boat. I'm also wondering about the cooling because the cooling fins are on the side of the boat and those black hoses come in and those are just going right to there. Is it enough, you know? And then I've got the other hoses over here. One's going down into the battery compartment and one's going down over here, and I don't even know what it's doing right down over there. I couldn't tell you. So I gotta check that out, see what's happening. Anyway, back at it. All right, so I'll go through the startup procedure on this and give a a brief little tour. Basically, got to turn the bilge blower on. On these types of engines, you're supposed to run it for 4 to 5 minutes. I usually leave this engine cover open while I'm doing that, just in case. And here's a little tour of the inside. Again, we've got the top here. I've got some power coming in. Nice big wide bench seat that's over 6 feet wide. And then we've got 2 chairs here. And then the boat out there. I'm gonna clean up inside here because we got some stuff I just threw in there. But this is the cuddy cabin. And this little piece right here, this comes out and it could just float and go anywhere, but you can actually sit right there and put a table in here. We don't have a table right now, but we can put a table in there. Got a little sink right here. We don't have the fresh water. We got a stereo with speakers back there and speakers on either side of the cabin. And then here's the instrument panel. I got a spot for my iPad right there. Lights, we got a depth finder. Nice little plug over there for plugging in everything. We also have one in here. I don't know if we can see that. But I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do, like fixing some of the wiring, the lights. This is a 31-year-old boat, so it needs some work. Right now I'm gonna go take the lines out so we can get this thing going. I'm gonna leave this midships line on here because I'm hand launching by myself. Rachel's not here. Alright, so to start this boat, and lots of boats, we first have to push this in. This allows us to basically put it in neutral.
Marissa Vineyard Old Vine Zin, harvested from a 91-year-old single vineyard. Flavors of cherry, blackberry, cardamom, and pepper are coupled with a silky texture and subtle tannins. I hope they're subtle. Smells good.
I already like this one better.
It's jammier. This is your kind of red wine.
Yeah, a little too much pepper, but I could prefer a little bit less than that.
I love the pepper.
I just don't like my wine spicy. You know? I think I just like grape juice.